Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Advanced Learning Center. This is the disclaimer of this video. Today we will be discuss about the analog electronics 2, that is subject code ET405 for the 4th semester subject. This question paper came in the year 2023 in State Council for Technical Education for all Assam Polytechnic and semester examinations. Myself Tashir Ali Sheikh. Contents of this today's videos are, that is analog electronics 2 question paper for the year 2023. We will be discuss about here the part A. So in part A there are 3 questions. Question number 1, fill in the blanks. Question number 2, try true or false. Question number 3, choose the correct answers. So these 3 part of these questions will be discussed with in today's videos. So this is the question paper of 2023 July, analog electronics 2. So here in part A there was 25 questions. First one is fill in the blanks. See the question number dash is the feedback increase the gain of the amplifier. So all these questions will be discussed in our later slide. So these are the remaining questions of question number 1, and question number 2 is right, true or false. Tune amplifiers are generally used for amplifications of very low frequency signals. So one by one we will be discussed in our later slide. So these are the remaining questions of question number 2, that is true or false. Next is question number 3, choose the correct answer. There are 5 questions. There are multiple options are there. Out of these multiple options we have to find out single options, the correct option we have to pick out. So these are the questions. So next is part B. There are 45 marks and total 25 plus 45 is 70 marks. So question number 4 here is answer any 5 questions. So 3 marks is questions. There are 15 marks. First question is draw the circuit diagram of double tone amplifier. Mention one application of it. Derive positive and negative feedback. The voltage gain of the amplifier without feedback is 300. Calculate the voltage gain of the amplifier if the negative feedback voltage is introduced in the circuit, given that feedback fraction is equal to 0.01. 4D, what do you understood by single-ended and double-ended operations of a differential amplifier? Next, E, mention the characteristics of an ideal op-amp. Discuss in brief advantage of crystal oscillator over LC and RC oscillator. Draw the pin diagram of IC 555 timer IC. Question number 4H, what are the advantages of ICs over discrete element? So these are the question 4, and here is also 5 question number is any 5 you have to write, and each question carries 6 marks, total 30 marks. So earlier there was 15 and now it is 30, so total 45 marks. So these are the questions of question number 5. So these are the questions. So next we will be see solution of question number 1, that is fill in the blanks. Next, see the first question. So dash feedback increases the gain of the amplifier. We know the positive feedback increases the gain of the amplifier, so that means positive feedback increases the gain of the amplifier. So next question, so the output impedance of an amplifier is dash when negative voltage series feedback is introduced in the amplifier. So the output impedance of the amplifier will be decreased when the negative voltage series feedback is introduced in the amplifier. So next solution is question is the emitter floor circuit is also called as common collector amplifier. So these things we have see when you have gone through the emitter floor circuit. We see that emitter floor circuit is also called as common collector amplifier. So next is an ideal op-amp has a dash common mode rejection ratio. An ideal op-amp has, we know the characteristics of op-amp. So one of these characteristics of op-amp is infinite CMRR, that means common mode rejection ratio. The frequency determining elements of the tune amplifier oscillator are inductor and capacitor, because the frequency of the tune collector amplifier is f equal to 1 by 2 pi root over LC. So one element is given, that is inductor, so another is also capacitors. So another option will be capacitors, because only here you have seen that only two parameters, that is L and C, are dependent here. So next is in a feedback circuit of dash oscillator, two inductors are placed across a common capacitors and the center of the inductor is trapped. So we know that in the Hartley oscillator, two inductors are used and one capacitors are commonly used as a center tap. See in the circuit here, this is the L1 and L2, two inductor, and this variable capacitors we have used. So Hartley oscillators is the correct option, correct fill in the blank options. So next is the phase in each RC section of a phase shift oscillator is 60 degree. In each part of the RC sections, signal is shifted by 60 degree only. So a bistable multivibrator has dash stable states. Bistable means 2. So in a bistable multivibrator there has a 2 stable state. Dash is a comparator with a hysteresis to the input output transitions threshold with the feedback with the help of the positive feedback. So Smith trigger is a comparator with the hysteresis to the input output transitions threshold with the help of the positive feedback. So dash ICs are fabricated by interconnected a number of individual IC. So here option will be hybrid ICs or multi ICs are fabricated by interconnected a number of individual chips. When we have making interconnections of individual chips, so multi hybrid or multi ICs are we can fabricate it. So next question is question number 2, that is true or false. So see the first questions of true or false. Question A, tune amplifier are generally used for amplifications of very low frequency signal. No, this statement is false, because the true it used to amplify the small narrow band of frequency, but it amplifies high signals or radio frequency signals. Tune amplifier are generally used for amplifications of high or radio frequency signal. Remember it, the bandwidth is very small, the narrow bandwidth they have used, but signal is radio frequency signal or high frequency signal, but they have amplified in a specific range of frequency. That means the bandwidth will be less. So remember this point. So the feedback signal opposes the input signal in case of negative feedback. So this statement is true, because the feedback signal opposes the input signal in case of negative feedback. So Darlington amplifier has extremely low input impedance and extremely high output impedance. This statement is true, because the input impedance, so if you see the characteristics, important characteristics of Darlington amplifier, it has input impedance is high, that means in the range of megafards. So in this statement it is given that input impedance is low. So another characteristics that extremely high current gain. So current gain in several thousands range. So another last characteristic is extremely low output impedance. So output here in the questions it is given in extremely high output impedance. So here output impedance in the few ohm. So this statement is totally opposite to the of the characteristics of Darlington amplifiers. So this statement is false. The gain of an op-amp with a positive or negative feedback is called open loop gain. So this statement is also false. the gain an op-amp integrator uses capacitor as a feedback element. So this statement is true because when you have seen in the feedback path, so here C and R, that means C and R, these two elements are used as a feedback element. So that's why capacitors is also a feedback element. Next question, C. An open loop can be used to compare the voltage level of the two signals. Yes, this statement is true because sometimes an op-amp can be used to compare the two voltage levels of the signals. Because next question is, in order to get continuous undamped oscillations in the output of the oscillators, the loop gain must be equal to 1. This statement is true because as per the Barkhausen criteria, the loop gain must be equal to 1. So a voltage time based generator generates an output voltage as a linear function of time. This statement is true. Sweep circuits are used in cathode ray oscilloscope. This statement is also used true because the sweep circuit uses cathode ray for oscilloscope. Digital ICs are linear ICs. This statement is false because digital ICs are non-linear ICs. Because digital ICs are sometimes is called as non-linear ICs. So this statement is false. Next, see question number 3, that is choose the correct answer from the multiple options. So see the first question, negative feedback dash the bandwidth of the amplifier. Negative feedback increases the bandwidth of the amplifier, decreases the bandwidth of the amplifier, may increase or decrease the amplifier. Negative amplifier increases the bandwidth of the amplifier. So option 1 is correct answer. See question number B, 3B. The open loop gain of an ideal op-amp is dash option 0, 1. Gain is, the open loop gain of an ideal op-amp is what? 0, 1, 100 and infinite. So we know that characteristics of op-amp is open loop gain of the amplifier is infinite. Another question was come in the earlier questions. So from the characteristics of op-amp, CMR, infinite CMR. Here is open loop gain is also infinite of the op-amp. So if you remember the points of the ideal op-amp, characteristics of ideal op-amp, you can answer any questions. What type of questions may be asked, you can easily solve it. So try to remember the characteristics of an ideal op-amp. So next question is, the phase difference between input and output signals in an inverting op-amp is 180 degree because one signal is out of phase to the another signal. That means minus will be there. So one minus sign in when we have calculated the output voltage of the inverting op-amp, so you will be get one minus sign. So minus sign means 180 degree phase shift. So that's why the phase difference between input and output signals of inverting op-amp is 180 degree. The monostable multivibrator is also called as one shot multivibrator because mono means one, so one means one shot. So sometimes monostable multivibrator is also called an one shot multivibrator. So see the next question of question number 3. So a 355 timer IC can be configured to construct a stable multivibrator, monostable multivibrator, bistable multivibrator, all of the above. So using 355 timer ICs, we have studied that a stable multivibrator can be a construct. So option 1 is the correct answers. So all these 3 questions we have covered with these videos. So thank you for watching these videos. Please subscribe and like these videos, and please share with your friends so that you can get the new videos whenever it will be uploaded in our channels. So thank you for watching this video.